Westu har min friend and welcome to yet another video. Well, this is an interesting piece of news, my dear friends. Please look at the screen, and I thank Bleeding Fool for providing us with this article that says Keanu Reeves announced to return as DC's Constantine, or as they say in the United States of America, Constantine. Well, if you know the source material, you know that this might be a double-edged sword a little bit, and even more so if we take into consideration the state that the modern entertainment industry has found itself in. And if you are versed in the source material, you know that John Constantine, the character who was created in around 1985 by Alan Moore, is a little bit different from what he was in the film starring starring Keanu Reeves. He's a British man, of course, born in Liverpool, and he's blonde, but that would be nitpicking, since we have established on this channel that there is a difference between an adaptation and an abomination, and a beautiful example of what an abomination is can be seen over at Prime Video and their Rings of Power. Now, I do have to admit that even though I'm a huge fan of the original Hellblazer series by Jamie Delano, I liked the film. I enjoyed it. I have always loved the film, and Keanu Reeves is one of my favorite actors. So let us see what this article says. Deadline is reporting that Keanu Reeves returning to the world of Constantine and is being reunited with the original movie's director Francis Lawrence. The sequel is being written by Akiva Goldsman with J.J. Abrams' bad reboot producing. Keanu Reeves' take on the DC Comics supernatural exorcist and demonologist John Constantine is well known in the comics universe, and 17 years after the original big screen outing of the character, it looks like comic fans are finally going to see Reeves reprise the role. Now, of course, as I said at the beginning of this video, this might be, and most certainly is, a double-edged sword. We have to be very careful about believing anything that comes out today, lest we be disappointed. And of course, there are some red flags, mainly the name J.J. Abrams. We know that not everything that this man has touched recently has ended up being good. But let us continue. Today, a sequel to every popular comic book film is almost always quickly approved. But back in 2005, even Constantine's $200 million worldwide box office haul wasn't enough to spur the creation of a follow-up. Of course, Reeves hasn't exactly been sitting around doing nothing while wanting for Warner Brothers to come seeking for him. He's currently working on the John Wick franchise that I do recommend, even though I'm not a huge fan of modern action films. John Wick is great. Return to the Matrix, there is only one Matrix movie, and we all know which one it is. Franchise at the end of last year, and also lent his voice to DC's League of Super-Bats as Batman. Fans of Keanu Reeves who can't get enough of him in their life will undoubtedly be pleased to hear that he will now be bringing Constantine back to the big screen once more. Alright, my dear friends, what do you think about this news? Are you a fan of the original John Constantine who appeared first in Swamp Thing issue 37? I think it was June 1985. Was created by Alan Moore and other people, but mainly then it was, of course, printed in the Hellblazer series, which was one of the longest running comics, I think, by DC's imprint Vertigo. Definitely something that I have always enjoyed reading and rereading, and that's where I come from, really, as a huge fan of the source material, and also a fan of the Keanu Reeves version. But of course, we know that Warner Brothers and DC and Netflix, they have tried to do very strange things with this character over the years, either in the animated adaptations of some of the comic books, or the latest one, the Joanna Constantine, who was supposed to be, a relative of Constantine in The Sandman. You have to tell me. I have not seen the Sandman adaptation, nor am I going to, because I just can't watch anything like that. And my prediction is that many things can end up the same way today. I don't want to jump into conclusions, but there is a huge possibility that this John Constantine sequel will not be as good as the first one. I will say it very carefully. Alright, but let me know in the comments down below what you think, and that will be all. Thank you very much for watching, and namaste.